NVIDIA put together this AI workstation, and it basically lets you do local and remote Jupyter notebooks and Tensor labs and those kinds of things. Basically, any kind of containerized thing. And it's really designed for people that want to do containerized operations and work with their video card. And I'm on a Windows 11 machine with the containers running in WSL. I got a bunch of other videos about it. And so I have this GPU sample, and just so you know, it's basically got PyTorch, and so I can do this CUPY, right? I can do the CUDA Pi, and that would let me run things on this card, and you can see that we're actually hooked up with one GPU. This machine's only got one GPU in it. And so this is actually running, and whenever you first create a project, it's going to do a build. It'll build an image based on what you put in the environment, right? And so by default, it's got some stuff on the container itself, and it's got Jupyter Lab. And if I needed something else in there, I could do it. And so what happened was I went into my project. This is Jupyter Lab pointed at that container. And I went out here and I was like, dude, I don't know if SciPy is really working. And it turned out it was something else. So let me just double click this. So requirements.txt. Oh yeah. So let me do, what was it? SYPY? No, that's not what it is. CUPY. And CUPY is already in this thing, and this install is actually going to fail. So now if I look over here, I'm like, huh, okay. Oh, it noticed this GUI, right? This GUI noticed that the environment changed. And it's like, you need to stop the environment and restart. And what it's going to say, I'm going to stop the environment. So we can see that it says build required here, right? So I'm going to start a build. In this particular case, the build is going to fail, and the Jupyter environment's down now because the container's down, right? So what I had originally thought was, hey, I'm going to come back here and fix the requirements.txt. But because the build actually fails here, I won't get a running. Okay, so now I have a build error, right? And now I have no way. I didn't think so. Like if I start a build again, what's it going to do? It's going to fail again. And the reason it's going to fail, let's look, is we get down here at the bottom. Oh, look, it's like we can't set up this package, and it turns out it's CUPY, right? If you go through the logs. So I don't have access to the container from this side, so I can't edit the file. If I go to the file browser, there's no way to edit this file. And it turns out that all these files are actually exposed indirectly through this environment. And so if I look at it here, you don't really see an issue. I'm like, man, I didn't even notice these were editable because I'm like, wasn't paying attention. It turns out there's my CUPY right there in the environment piece. And so what I can do is I can actually remove this package. And now I'm like, start a build. Well, that didn't do anything. So let me look at the build. What I turned out what I have to do is clear the cache, and it'll do a build. Now the build's complete. Now I can start the environment. The CUPY library was no longer in the requirements.txt. I'll show you that in a minute. And then I will reload this window because it probably is pointed at the same place. Nope, not found. So let's go here. We'll open Jupyter Lab. And we see it here. Okay. So, and now I can look at my requirements.txt again, and it turns out CUPY is gone. And it turns out CUPY is already in this PyTorch, so I didn't need to install it again, but it just wouldn't install against the container from the requirements.txt. And CUPY is a little weird anyway, so you might want to do it differently. Either way, the point was we can actually edit the configuration for the container, and we can edit the configuration. So the other one would have gone in here. Oh, you can't see the directory in here. Anyway, the APT, and we can edit the pips and things that get loaded through pip in the requirements.txt. That's it. So that's how you recover a container you blew up by putting the wrong thing in requirements.txt.